Hey everybody, it's time to return to Terra AD with the Mutant Crawl Classics adventure, Evil of the Ancients. This is the 9th adventure that I'll be spoiling, a level 3 adventure by Michael Curtis. So let's go ahead and hit it. Of course, I'll have links if you want to pick it up. The cover is fantastic. This yellow and blue is just really striking. It makes it really stand out. Peter Mullen did the art here. I just really enjoy how the characters here have this real kind of like, what the hell's going on in this place type sense with their faces. I mean, just their expressions are just great. The cover really kind of sums it all up very well. And it's probably one of my favorite covers to these adventures. So here is the back right here. I'm not going to read all that. Again, $10. I mean, it's such a neat adventure. It's different. This is a different type of adventure. This may not be for everyone. And it's kind of a sequel. So we don't have anything on the inside cover here. William McAusland did the map. And we've got some cool interior artists as well. Here's just a great Stephen Pogue cover that you can see the installation here. It's a small little place that you're going to be going to, but it's just really well done. And I like these type of pieces of art that show what your players, what they need to get into their mind when their characters are looking at a location. I think it's just really well done. I like this little guy down here. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So it does say that it is for 4 to 6 third level players, but can easily be scaled higher or lower levels. You can even be used as a 0 level funnel with only minor tweaking. I definitely think that you can do this. This is, in essence, kind of a tie-in to the number 3 adventure, Incursion of the Ultra Dimension, which, of course, I did a video of. Hope you go check that one out. And this has to deal with the Athena Project again. In essence, it's another Athena Project station that you're going to find. So if you've done the first adventure, Incursion of the Ultra Dimension, maybe something's going to lead you to this installation here. And once again, it was one of the many installations that they were working with the Athena Project, and it's called the Minerva Station. It was a small installation in comparison to its sister complexes, and they were dealing with physics, unproven theories, specifically research in loop quantum gravity. And it's very interesting. So what's happened is these beings called the orphans, they are like a microscopic virus. It's a thought virus. And whenever this Athena Project and the end of the world, all that stuff started happening, the Great Disaster, these beings snuck into our world. And that's what you have to face ultimately in this adventure. It's quite different than any other DCC or MCC adventure that I've seen. Because in essence, it's like a haunted house, okay? There's not a whole bunch of combat. Of course, that's something you could tweak if you wanted to. It's more of just exploring and figuring out what the hell happened to these poor people in this Minerva Station. And these orphans, and you can't see them. They immediately start to affect the player characters once they get inside the facility. And there's going to be some rolls you're going to have to make. And it's going to be kind of like a tumbling boulder of possibly insanity that's going to affect the characters. Now, some players may not enjoy that. They may not enjoy having something that kind of takes over their character, and they might start thinking that their fellow companions are the enemy. So it's a little bit of a mind job to their character, and it's going to be an interesting thing to see how this plays out with your group should you run it. So you're going to have these things called memory echoes, and they're going to be things that you see. In essence, if this was a true ghost haunting thing, it would be a flashback, like a haunting, some sort of visualization of something from the past, or something that the character experiences, even themselves, and their thoughts and their mind, their vision. And you're going to make some rolls. There's going to be some rolls you'll make, and you're going to kind of go down a slippery slope, and these will get more and more extreme as you go on. So you're going to explore. So let's go ahead. Let's get to the map, because it's always good to just go ahead and get to the map. And look at this. William McAusland has done a great job here. We've got the outer kind of area here. The complex is here. There's some mounds. They used to be cars. This used to be kind of like their parking lot. we've got our first service level here. Then we're going to go down into a lift, and this is going to be the Minerva Station, the lower level. This is where most of the adventure is going to take place. But I just really love this 2-page spread. You've got some art here that shows you different things that you're going to investigate and find in this station as you explore its depths. I really enjoy how zoomed in the map is, and you can see actual piece of like furniture and bodies and things like that for when you're exploring. It's going to really help you get, I think, a good sense of where stuff is when you're running this adventure. And you need to say, no, there's the refrigerator's over there and the table's there, because sometimes these rooms aren't really laid out where you can see them exactly, and you have to kind of just roll with it. But there is going to be some push button doors, some ID card doors that are going to ID card doors that you'll need to have certain cards in order to open them up. And of course there is like a universal one, but the first surface level you're going to come into, and there's really nothing that happens. This is in the beginning. You're just going to kind of explore this top surface level, and there is some combat. Now don't get me wrong, but this is not like your typical DCC or MCC adventure where it's just encounter after encounter. There's going to be this slug. This silicate slug is going to be kind of underneath this desk at the reception. There's a body there that's sitting at the desk, and here it is, the great picture here as you enter. And I just really enjoy the art in this one for what things they decided to do the art of, which I always wonder about like that. Like what do we want a piece of art of? And I really enjoy this first one here because you're going to enter the top surface level, and then you've got this body here. This slug's going to attack you. So we do have a piece of combat there. You're going to explore around. Now, I will say something here that's really, really good. Michael Curtis has done a fantastic job because he doesn't have all these encounters and have to say, well, this guy's here and they're going to do this and this is what's going to happen. Each of these rooms are extremely well described. When you get that extra kind of page space, you can really make sure that everything is really well described for your players, and that's one of its greatest strengths. Is you don't need a whole bunch of art for this adventure because each of these areas are so well described to you, and it's going to be easy for you to pass that on to your players. We've got some text here that you're going to read out loud as well. Also very well done. I find text like that to be good and bad at times. Sometimes it can be very technical. And as a player, I'm kind of like, what are they talking about? Okay, you tell me about dimensions and stuff like that. This is very much just what you see when you enter the room, the smells, the sights, and it's really it's just really a well-described adventure. It's just one of its best strengths. So there's going to be some other stuff too. There's going to be this invasive root mass that you might encounter. And what's going to happen is this. So we'll go here to the, let's go to the supply closet right here. So you'll explore the supply closet. And then you'll have these memory echoes. When you fail these certain tests you're going to have to do. And in the back of the book is going to tell you how to do those. You're going to hear something like this. Like you'll hear it says the PC hears the soft sound of a man whistling tunelessly, a habit of the custodian while working. Or they taste lipstick and sweat on his tongue. The taste lasts only a second. And so you're experiencing things from the people that were in this facility, kind of their last moments, but sometimes also like their rage and their insanity and even their suicidal thoughts. Attacking your companions or even yourself in this adventure happens a good bit. It's going to happen. And again, that could be something that really throws a wrench into your players' plans. And some of it is pretty nasty. You're gonna come across a lot of kind of some rough scenes of carnage that happened. These memory echoes are gonna kind of fill in those holes about exactly what happened. So it's kind of an interesting thing where when you fail these rolls and this mind virus gets more into your brain, because they're all down inside this place, right? You're going to find out more about what happened because you're going to almost kind of be sharing the experience of the other people that were living in this station. You're also going to, unfortunately, hallucinate and deal with the emotions that they felt. Now, I don't want to break down because I say, this could be a very quick video to do. There's multiple places. As we go through the map, you're going through and exploring all these different. You could technically go straight to like the last place or something, but maybe the characters will kind of go around and then explore the middle because the doors here you're going to come in here and the door towards the bottom, kind of smart here. So you're probably going to go around and check a lot of these rooms out. And then in them, you're going to find bodies. And then the memory echoes will obviously give you that sense of what happened. There is a good bit of gear to be found in here, some artifacts. There is another cool bit of combat here with this smart mud that's going to come out of this refrigerator. So we got a cool piece of art there. There is like a synthetic cat that's going to follow you, kind of give these weird, kind of creepy vibes. It is, like I said in the beginning, it is kind of like a haunted house. You're going to have these kind of ghostly hallucinations and sense. And then one thing that it does, and I know I'm kind of jumping here to the end, but one thing that Michael does that's really smart is he tells you to start passing along, like we always used to do, pass along little pieces of paper to your players. And it's going to kind of create this like back and forth communication. And you're dealing with an adventure that has got a lot of paranoia maybe amongst your players and their characters about what's going on. They all of a sudden almost try to kill me. We were able to stop them, and that's kind of over. But now I'm kind of weary of them. Like I'm watching out for them because they're kind of going nuts. And they want you to also maybe make willpower checks for them, for your players, so they don't sit there and know, oh, okay, I'm making checks. Something's happening here. So go ahead and make those checks for them, or you can make it for they can make it for themselves, and they're going to be like, well, what is this for? Like it says, if the judge doesn't want to track this precisely, make a willpower save for each PC each time they enter a new area. It's going to be different. The willpower check save is going to be different for pure strain humans, mutants, and manimals. It's going to be harder for pure strain humans. It says due to the orphans' prior exposure to humans' thought processes and brain structure. So the orphans know the human mind better. So this whole section here is going to explain to you exactly how it works, the effects of the infection, how many willpower saves you failed, and what that entails. It's a little bit, I wouldn't say complicated, but this is the one thing you need to kind of get under control when you're running this adventure. This right here. I would almost tell you just to start reading this right off the bat. Just jump straight to the back here. Look at the map. Jump to this. Know this pretty well. Go back and then start reading the adventure for when you want to run it. And so it doesn't really have like a big boss fight. It can. In the way it's originally written, you do have this right here, how to conclude the adventure, and there is the defeating the orphans, but if you want kind of like a physical fight with them, there is a way that they can be kind of brought into our world and you can fight them. That's probably the way I would go with it, just because I think that players, they want to get, they're probably frustrated. They're frustrated at these things. They're frustrated at their other players because their characters keep attacking them or trying to be suicidal. And it's going to be neat kind of to take it to them. Now, you don't have to. You can keep this truly like just a really weird horror place, right? Like a ghost house. But if your players are they're more into fighting stuff, throw the orphans at them in this section right here when you confront the orphans. It's good. It's a really neat adventure. I don't think this is going to be for every group, but I think that groups that really enjoy this and don't have a problem with really exploring, figuring stuff out, and then being like, what is going on with you, man? Like, why are you going crazy? It's going to be a bit of The Shining is what this adventure is. And where things are going on, you're questioning your fellow player characters and the players, because they're going to mess some rolls, or going to do some stuff. Like I said, there's a good bit to it, but an easy adventure, I think, to run, honestly. Once you understand how the willpower saves are, and then you just go from room to room, reading the sections. There's a lot of this is just describing it. It's not a whole bunch of like mechanical stuff here. And then occasionally there's some artifacts to get, not a bunch of combat. And then, honestly, to me, that's fine. This is a neat adventure that truly shows you some of the strange things that have happened in Terra AD in the future with the great disaster and these installations that were kind of messing around with technology and the repercussions of them. So that's it. Cool adventure, different. The Shining in MCC RPG, highly recommended by me, just for its being so different, so well done, excellent maps, really well described rooms. You're not going to have any problem knowing where stuff is. Just get your bearings on how these willpower saves go. I would probably roll those. My tip is to roll those if you're running this. Don't give it away. Let the characters, if they're going to kind of go crazy, let that kind of happen and them not really know exactly why that is that happened. And yeah, that was your role, because I'm using your willpower saves and you failed it, and this is what's going to happen. So kind of create that cool horror story for them. A very neat adventure. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and I'll see you on the next video.